Hey everybody, what's up? This is Patrick Cleveland, licensed marriage and family therapist and founder and clinical director of Daybreak Counseling Center in Long Beach, Brea, and online in all of California. Just want to reach out to you and talk to you about maybe like a quick tip, something that came up yesterday in a session with the client, and it's kind of been a theme throughout the week, and just thought I would share it with you just as kind of like a quick tip in terms of something that maybe some of you might be struggling with or have come across in your lives, and that is, or just to look out for it, right? Because we sometimes get into these little pitfalls, and that is to look out for the difference between ambivalence and what we might refer to as lack of motivation. So we might be struggling with, doing something, or like, I need to do this, I don't want to do it, or feeling lazy or down or low about something, or about a task, or about a goal, or something we're trying to do. And then we might label that as a lack of motivation. I'm not motivated to do this, right? Whatever that might be. And then, we might be maybe a little self-critical about that, or which then kind of perpetuates the cycle of like, oh, you're not doing it, oh well, do it. And then you kind of like are get deeper in that rut and get stuck, you know what I mean? And so what might be going on there, in some cases might be ambivalence. What does that mean? Well, you might be torn between not really knowing if you want to do it or not. In other words, there might be a part of you that doesn't want to do that thing, right? So it might not be, so that what might look like a lack of motivation might just be a lack of decision, a lack of clarity, a lack of certainty, a lack of desire, a lack of, is this something I really want to do? You know what I mean? You haven't really decided, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to do this, right? It's kind of like, you're ambivalent, right? Like, I don't know, like I kind of want to, and I kind of don't, And so, but consciously you might be, well, I need to do this thing, or I should do this thing, right? And so that might be something to sort out. And I think, that was just something that we kind of came to, me and one of my clients this week. I think hers was like, studying for this exam or something, and there was just a lot of ambivalence about where that was going to lead and what that was going to do for her. And in the end, it kind of came down to this, like, you need to like decide, whether you want to do this or not, and where this is going to lead, and make a decision for yourself. So it just circling back, like, it just might be showing up that way. The other thing to keep in mind is you might be having a lack of motivation. This is tying into all this, is that, and Mark Manson, one of my favorite writers who wrote The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, he talks a lot about this, is that you might be in love with the idea of something, like, well, I want to learn guitar because, that's cool, or it would be nice to sing songs for, my family or something like that, but you don't really want to. Like, you kind of like that idea, like, oh, that would be cool. It would be nice to learn guitar, or it would be nice to learn Japanese, or whatever. The idea of it sounds nice, you know what I mean? And then you might give it a try, and then like, this doesn't, I don't like that, doesn't really feel good, right? You kind of like have that early feeling of sucking at something, which doesn't feel good, it's uncomfortable, and then you might label that as lack of motivation, right? You might call that, I tried that, but I didn't have the motivation to do it. Not really, you know what I mean? So it's just something to really get clear about. Like, it might just be a lack of clarity, or you might be ambivalent. You might not really want the thing. You might not really want to do it. You know what I mean? So don't get caught up in like then the kind of negative self-talk about, lack of motivation. I'm not a motivated person. All the places that might lead, right? You might just not really want to do that thing, whatever it is. And so think about that. You know what I mean? Whatever that could be in your life, that you're struggling with. Do I want to do it? Do I not? I've had multiple examples of this myself, you know what I mean? So it's been helpful to kind of get some clarity, about like, defining what the problem is, right? It might not be lack of motivation. You might just really not want to do whatever that is. So anyway, just thought I would share that with all of you. And hey, if you have any questions about anything, any topics that you want me to address or explore, feel free to shoot me a message, and I'd be glad to give it a go and see how I can do to help. All right, thank you so much, and that's it. Peace out.